Well, hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today it's about 27 Celsius and it's absolutely boiling. Just filling up the quad bike because I'm going to take this out and go weed wiping in just a minute. Earlier on, Dad and I, we went to check the cattle down at the Broads National Park with the Gator, which has just come back and it's got a flat tyre, which is a bit annoying. And then we also put the John Deere away, took it off the trailer the other day, and I'm just waiting for a bracket to put on the front loader so that I can pick up implements with the front loader on that. And we put some more chemical in the back, so we'll see how we get on today. Okay, so I've been pretty much weed wiping all afternoon today, and you can see how much I've used. We're almost down to empty. I'll put some footage on of where I've been weed wiping. Now we're finally able to sort of eradicate all the rubbish really in this part of the farm, and there's some real there's some real wild sort of wilderness areas out there today which have been overgrown for so many years, and I just drove through with the quad bike, kept going, and managed to just flatten them, all of the really overgrown like wilderness parts, and I just kept going over them. I went over them twice with the weed wiper on the back. So I hope now that those weeds are going to be eradicated, and if they aren't, well, I'll just have to go over it again. So yes, it's going well. It's going well with that. This morning we went off to do the Broads National Park to go and check all the cattle and the sheep, which we normally do, and unfortunately when we come back we just went away for lunch and this tyre is losing air, so it's got a puncture, but the Gator is brilliant. This is a 2000 and I believe it's a 19 one, and it's got a box on the back. I think I showed this to you guys, and you can put the dogs in the back. There's a cab which is quite comfortable, and it was the best sort of solution really, so I can chuck all the dogs in there. And we put feed licks in there for the cattle, and it works really well. So it's very important. It's also got some mud flaps, which stops all the mud from flicking out when we're down at the marshes. But big problem is this tyre keeps going. So I've worked out that it's been plugged. I don't know if you guys can pick it up on camera, but somebody's plugged it, and this plug's like leaking out. So I'm just going to take it to the workshop. And I'll tell you what, comparing the Gator to the Pioneer, seems to be much more solid and well made in a funny sort of way, because it's more of like an agricultural vehicle, if you know what I mean. It's more like a tractor, less like a quad bike sort of off-road ATV buggy really, if you know what I mean. Yeah, and we do like it. Hang on. There we go. Okay, somewhere. There we go. That is, I think, that's what I think is causing the problem. So, planning on drilling it out, but that is quite a big cut in there. It's huge actually, and it's been banded up with the sticky tubeless ties. Bit annoying. We'll probably have to be a new tyre, to be fair. Which is a shame, because there's a good bit of tread on this tyre, but they do get holes in there. Normally, the plugs I use, which because it's a tubeless tyre, I can plug it in with these cords I buy and some vulcanising fluid, but because it's such a big cut, it might be a bit of a problem. So we've got to drill the hole to make it a bit better for the tubes to go into. Give it a good yank. That's that side done. This is the biggest bodge ever, but if it does the job, I'll be amazed. It'll probably be a new tyre. I've never put this many bungs into a hole before to try and fix the tyre. Okay guys, so you now join me on the second day, and we're just heading up today to the garage because I've got the topper arriving from Ireland, and it's the one which is going to go on the back of the Leyland. There they are. There's the toppers. They'll follow us into the farm now. So she's a big rig, Scania from Ireland. And I always look after the lorry drivers when they come to the farm, because I like to show them the best way in so that they don't get, you know, hit a branch or anything like that. So great, so there we go, we managed to bring her in. Lovely Scania V8 with the toppers on the back. Get one of them off. Lovely old job. Yeah, that is a lovely Scania V8. We've got to find the loader, which I left in here last night, so we'll pick up the tines. We can just get the straps off and the bolts off, and I can whip in with the tines and just pick that up in a minute. We've got it. Awesome, well there goes the lorry, and yeah, it's from an agricultural contracting business farm, and they've got an AD plant in Northern Ireland, so anybody who knows them, leave a comment in the comment section down below. I think they were on Farm Flicks a while ago. They've got a black Volvo wheeled loader, and he was telling me they've got all of the options ticked on that Scania, which was awesome. They have full stacks and all of the options ticked. Lovely lorry. Just went inside for some coffee in the farmhouse, and we've been looking at a new feed hopper for the cattle over the winter, because I've got to invest a little bit of money in some more Belgian blues this winter. So we've got a quote there, 3,500 for a new feed hopper, because we haven't got anywhere to store our food. So, oh yeah, by the way, another thing, I've got some show jumps in at the moment for some reason. Last night the tyre I inflated is actually still it's inflated. Hasn't lost any pressure, so that was a good bodge, hopefully, just for the meantime. I looked up the new tyres for that, and they want £130 for the new rear Gator tyres. It's a lot of money, you know, for a Gator tyre, but they are bloomin' good tyres, to be fair. So anyway, so before I get the topper all sorted, the Flemming, I've got to take this to be serviced. It was due its service a long time ago, actually. It's one of my pride and joy sort of things on the farm, if you know it, if you like. It's a specialised turbo levo MTB bike, and it's a power assist, so it's electrically power assisted, and it's due its service. So we're going to take it in today. So we'll take this up to the bike shop. See you in a bit, Topper and Manny. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. I absolutely love this bike. It's got a split linkage in the middle. It's also got 2 front shocks, and it will go over most bits of terrain. Like, yeah, wonderful bit of kit. You go further with it, so you can do a 20-mile bike ride, but then you're doing a lot more exercise, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't do a 20-mile bike ride on a manual mountain bike, because you'd just be knackered. But on this, you tire out over time. That's how it gets you. And you know, the thing is, when you're in a tractor all the time, or in a telehandler, you're sitting down. Whereas with this, you're sitting down, but you're doing exercise whilst you're sitting down, and you can get out and about. So it's a bit of a win-win, really. This is why I wanted to bring you guys along with me today, because it's just such a lovely part of the world, really, around Norfolk, and I don't think that sometimes people get to see it, especially at this time of the year. This road, funnily enough, was where I got stung by a bee last year when I was cycling. Yeah, I used to go to school in there, actually. I came past here not that long ago with the John Deere when we got the fuel fixed. But yeah, just what a wonderful part of the world the English countryside is when you stop and take it all in. We'll just whip across the road. This is what you can do with this bike. You can go wherever you want, pretty much. Hey mate, you alright?
Yeah, good, yeah?
Not too bad, thanks. I've just taken Clover out of the kennel, and when it's like this, she goes and jumps in the drink, as you can see. So I'll let her take her for a swim, and she enjoys it. Don't you, Cleve? Okay, I've just brought the Flemming into the shed because it's cooler in here. And I'm just cutting open this package here. There's a chain in here. And what we're going to use the chain for is we'll chain the 3-point linkage to the back of the Flemming, of the topper. So it's going to be quite a challenge just setting this all up. So we'll put the chain on. I'm going to put these shackles on the chain. Well, we've just been here to start the Leyland, and unfortunately it's just had a flat battery. Oh yeah, and then also I'll have to get a feed hopper. I've got to find a feed hopper from somewhere. So for this winter, because last year I just stored it in the shed, and it wasn't really ideal in the grain store. I've been wanting to get a feed hopper for some time. I used to have an EB one for a long time, and then it cracked because it was fiberglass. So I'd like to get a metal one this time around, and then we'll pop this tractor on later, and it'll be running away. It's actually quite nice to be in the shed today, doing machinery jobs, because outside, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, it's hot. It's too hot, really. It's all right if you're in the tractor in the aircon, but 25. If you're abroad in Spain somewhere, I think it's a drier heat. In this country, it's like sort of very muggy, humid heat, really. So yeah, I'm going to get something to eat, and then we'll sort the rest of this out, and this video will go out. So thanks for watching. Enjoy the sun if you're out in the sun. Get some ice cream, get a nice cool drink, and try and be in something with aircon if you can. I'll be in the shade. Yeah, and drop my bike off as well, so I'll get my bike back next week, so I can go and do some cycling in the evenings when it's a bit cooler. And that'll be lovely. So thanks for watching today's video, and I'll catch you on the next one, which will be on Friday at 2 PM. So that's the next video this upcoming Friday. See you guys.